Hello, everyone. Let's talk about heel pain. Do you have pain to the back of your heel where when you get out of bed first thing in the morning and you get this excruciating shooting, stabbing pain where it causes you to limp, where you can hardly even get to the bathroom? Do you have pain where you try to go run 4 miles outside and within the first 30 minutes, you're having this excruciating pain where you can barely even walk and it's only after 30 minutes of running? Or how about after a long day, no matter what you do, whether your foot's elevated or whether you're sitting or you're doing a lot of walking, at the end of the day, you're having this aching, throbbing, sore feeling to the back of your heel that just will not go away. If you have one of these conditions, you have two things going on. Either something called Achilles tendinitis or Achilles tendinosis. So let's get into the difference between the two. What is Achilles tendinitis? Achilles tendinitis is inflammation of the peritoneum, or which is the covering around the Achilles tendon, and also inflammation in the little bursa sac. It's a sac that's around the base of the heel where the Achilles tendon attaches. And when you get inflammation in that area, that can be painful. This Achilles tendinitis issue is an acute issue, mostly. This acute inflammation to the area. And it's typically caused by doing too much too soon. Let's say you're just starting a workout plan, and all of a sudden, instead of walking for 30 minutes, you decided you want to go run 2 miles on your first day. That can cause inflammation to the tendon. Or you want to start a CrossFit program, or you want to start doing some squats, or you want to start doing a boot camp. And you've mostly been a sedentary individual where you sit at work and sit at home. And all of a sudden you jump back in there quickly. You can get acute inflammation to the back of your heel area. Or if you're playing in a sport or something like soccer or football or even just having fun playing with your kids outside and somebody hits you in the back of the foot or back of the heel and you get inflammation. That's how you can get Achilles tendinitis. So this is an acute inflammation issue. If you have this condition, this is how typically we begin conservative treatment. One, have you taken an anti-inflammatory medication like an NSAID or a steroid, all right, orally. Other treatment option are icing the back of your heel at least 10 minutes a day. Like either like a styrofoam cup with water and you freeze it and you do an ice massage, or an ice pack to the back of your heel, or even some frozen peas. That icing decreases the inflammation to the area. Another thing that you want to start doing is stretching. You want to start stretching on a wall or using a towel or a belt while you're sitting down, pulling your toes back, stretching the back of your Achilles tendon, doing that at least 3 times a day. That's another way of you want to loosen up that Achilles tendon while it's inflamed. Another treatment option is if you're having a difficult time walking, either being, what we call a walking boot that prevents your foot from plantar flexing and dorsiflexion, which is going down and upwards, or wearing a heel lift in your sneakers or your shoes if it's not too severe, where it takes the tension away from your heel. If you don't have Achilles tendinitis, you may have something else called Achilles tendinosis. So what is Achilles tendinosis? Achilles tendinosis is small tearing of the Achilles or breakdown of the Achilles tendon where it inserts into the back of the heel. And what happens is you have this issue is when you can feel a big prominent projection or like a little calcium mass at the back of your heel. And what happens is because you've been tearing that Achilles tendon where it inserts into the heel, your body builds up calcium deposits into the back of your heel, which forms what we call a heel spur. This is an enthesiopathy type of condition where you have tearing and your body fills up that torn tendon area with calcium in order to reattach to the Achilles tendon. This Achilles tendinosis is a chronic condition. So you may be having pain to the back of your heel for over 6 months, 8 months, 1 year. And you're just thinking it's just kind of tight to the back of your heel. But what's been going on is you've been having small tearing over that long period of time. And then in return, you have heel spur formation to the back of the heel area. If you have this issue, we need to be a little bit more aggressive with the treatments. So here are the ways how to treat this. Of course, just like with Achilles tendinitis, we start off with NSAIDs or oral steroids, stretching, on a regular basis, icing on a regular basis, wearing a heel lift in your shoes, wearing inserts in your shoes, which prevents pronation, which in turn pulls on the Achilles tendon. Now, typically with Achilles tendinosis, when you're having small tearing of the tendon, conservative treatments doesn't work as well. So typically, if that doesn't work, then we need to go to the next phase of treatment. And the next phase of treatment are things like shockwave therapy in order to get the Achilles tendon to heal back there. Or I have a Remy laser machine to help repair the soft tissue on the back of the heel without opening you up surgically to repair it. Another way we can help with this is physical therapy, where we do things like dry needling, stretching, strengthening in order to get that Achilles tendon stronger so it doesn't break down and tear at the insertion of the Achilles tendon. Some other things that I want you to do is eccentric strengthening. And this eccentric strengthening is quote unquote toe raises. Doing toe raises on a daily basis. And the way, and this helps to not only stretch the Achilles, but it also helps to strengthen the Achilles tendon. And the way I have you do these is you're doing slow toe raises where you go all the way up as high as you can on the top, on your toes, on the stair, and you hold it for about 3 seconds. And then you slowly bring your heel down below the stair. And once it's as far as you can, and once you get to that point, you hold it for 3 seconds. That will help to strengthen and right along with stress the Achilles so you prevent any further issues with that Achilles tendon. And if that doesn't work, the physical therapy, the shockwave, the eccentric strengthening, the inserts, the Remy laser, then the last step would be surgical repair. And the way to treat this surgically is a small incision. You can do small incisions or large incisions to the back of your Achilles tendon, where we surgically release the Achilles tendon and we take, whether it be a burr, a sagittal saw, and we shave off that spur completely, smooth the heel down where the spur is gone, and then we reattach the Achilles tendon strongly into your heel where you don't get that pulling or tearing anymore. After the surgery, you're in the posterior splint for about 2 weeks. Then I have you in a walking boot for about a good 6 weeks with the heel lift in there. And I gradually bring you out of the boot into a normal shoe after that time period. So what's the difference between Achilles tendinitis and Achilles tendinosis? Achilles tendinitis is acute inflammation to the Achilles tendon, peritoneum, bursa sac region. Achilles tendinosis is small tearing of the Achilles at the insertion to the back of the heel, where you have a heel spur that forms. And this is a chronic condition. It's been over 6 months or so. So there's a difference between the two. So if you have this pain in the back of your heel, it's not something that you have to live with for the rest of your life. We can treat this. So if you have this pain in the back of your heel, first thing, pick up your phone, call me, Dr. Collins at Optimum Podiatry. I can put you on the right treatment plan on how to treat this condition. I will determine whether this is an acute issue or a chronic issue. We would take x-rays and I will thoroughly evaluate you to determine which way we need to go. This is not something that will just go away on its own, or just resting at home for a few days is not the treatment to get this to go away. You will still have this condition. Share this to other people that may have this issue. This is not something that will go away, but it's definitely with treatment, we can get this condition to go away conservatively and even surgically if the need be. So thanks for listening. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.